Welcome back to the channel. It's Miss Danni Jeanette, and today we are going to do the eyebrow tutorial. Okay, first thing I'm going to take is an old school spoolie brush with a comb on the side. Then next I will be using a small angle Morphe brush in M215. I will also be using a Morphe flat brush in M410. Following that, I will be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony, and I will be using LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee. So the first thing I like to do, I just take the spoolie brush. I don't use a comb, but I just take the brush and I brush the hairs down in its natural position. I don't really try to force it to go a certain way because the hair is going to lay how it lays. So I take that. Then I take the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I put a little bit of the product into the cap. Now guys, this stuff, a little of this goes a long way. So I take that small angle brush, I dip it into Dip Brow Pomade, and I literally just outline the bottom of my brow. And when you do that, you don't want to start at the very beginning. You want to start a little behind the beginning of your brow. Now I'm going to take some more of that product and I'm going to outline the top of my brow. Now, one thing I feel is most important is to stay as close as you can to the outline, or else you'll just have big chunky brows. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of that, so I try to stay as close as possible. Sometimes if I mess up, I'll erase the whole thing. I'll just wipe it away and I'll start over. So once the outline is complete, that's when I start to slowly fill in the brow with more product, as well as brush it to get rid of excess product. So I just go back and forth filling it in, making the tail the darkest and the front of the brow the lightest. Now it's time to clean the brow up. It's my favorite part. That's what gets it looking nice, crisp, and fresh and fleeky, okay? So I take that LA Girl concealer and I take the flat brush. I squeeze a little bit of the product out. Do not do a lot. Please do not use a lot of this product. And I take the flat brush, and as you can see, I'm lightly taking the product and putting it on the brush. So from here, it's the same thing you do when outlining it with the pomade. You take the concealer and the flat brush and you slowly outline your brow without going too high, because once you go too high, then your brow will get a shape that you will not like. So I'm going very slow and I take my time when doing it just to avoid those mistakes. So here I'm just going in with a little bit more product because, as you can see at the end, I did run out. You can tell the difference of how light it got. And I'm also fixing the shape that I have. So once you get that desired shape, all you have to do is take that flat brush and brush down to blend out all of the concealer. Now, blending is very key so you don't have those floating eyebrows, if you know what I'm talking about. So all I'm doing here is going back in, fixing the line so it can be as straight and as sharp as possible. Go in, I brush the hair upwards so the hair is not in the way, and then I go back to fixing the line. So here I'm just going back in with the dip brow, and I'm adding a higher arch to the eyebrow. Sorry that it's out the frame, but I'm just adding a higher arch. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my eyebrows, so that's why I'm going back in with that concealer to fix the shape of my eyebrows. Now, a lot of the times people like to outline their whole brow at the top, but I don't, because I do not like the way that looks. Again, I don't like floating eyebrows, so to avoid that, I just outline the tail. So the last thing that I'll do to achieve my brows is add a little bit of product to the front of them. That's how I get it to look most natural. But other than that, that's it. Thanks guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you next week.